Hello, everyone. Nana Jen here, and I just can't wait to share Nuhman with you guys. I'm so thrilled about getting the first book published, but as I'm showing it to people, they're asking me, people in like church, I take it to church and I've introduced it to a couple of people, and they look through and they say, well, where's Jesus in all of this? Well, the moon came before Jesus. And Nuhman, as he gets to get a little human under his belt, he gets to learn about Jesus the same way we did. We get to read the Bible and get our details. Well, Nuhman had some pretty special things going on. First of all, he's a spirit in the moon, and he's watching the earth, and he's looking at these little human beings that are so amusing to him, and he's not able to hear what's going on. Let me read this to you. This will tell you what I need to tell you. Who is Nuhman, you ask? Well, he started out as an image in the moon. God put him there and gave him his name and a couple of jobs to do, like changing tides and keeping stuff from crashing into the earth. God also decided that he would give him a kind and caring spirit to allow him to feel for the things he was about to watch over and protect. God allowed him the ability to see everything on the earth. He could even see a grain of sand if he wanted to, but he wasn't given the ability to hear. God did grant him knowledge and understanding so that he would know the names of things he saw and what their purposes were. Even without sound, he had a pretty good idea about what was going on. He watched everything that happened since the beginning of time, even seeing Jesus being born. Although he didn't know why, he knew there was something very special about this baby. For many years, Nuhman did jobs faithfully, and eventually, as God knew he would, he started to care very much for the earth and all that was on it, but especially the humans. Then we sent the astronauts to the moon, and he actually heard our voices, and then he was just obsessed. He wanted us to return so badly that one day he called out to God and asked him to have us visit again, but stay longer this time. God said, Nuhman, you love the humans, don't you? Nuhman thought about what love was and answered, yeah, I guess I do. God said, well, do you love them so much that you might want to be one of them? Nuhman said, God, I've wanted to be a human since the day I saw you create Adam and Eve. When I see the humans having fun, I want to have fun. And when they're sad, I want to help. But God, I really want to be a human so you'll love me the way you love them. God said, Nuhman, look at your name. It's spelled Nuhman. Take away the N, put the H in the front. It spells human. And you've always been a little bit human. And I love you more than you'll ever know. Well, Nuhman felt a lot of love when he was told how his name means so much, and being a human means so much to him. As he does for each and every one of us, God had a plan for Nuhman all along. He puts that loving spirit into a human body and sends him to earth to start out as we all do, growing, living, and learning along the way. Even though he has the ability to do a couple things that our mere mortals cannot, he finds out how to make choices and see what effect they can have on others. He gets to really feel emotions and what it's like to be cared for by another human being. Nuhman gets to understand what love means by helping his little friend Donnie. I'm going to make another video after this, and I'm going to read the chapter in the book that comes after. My book is actually two books put together, and the first one is Nuhman's beginning, where he's in the moon and he's experiencing just being a spirit and watching over us. And then the second book is where it starts off as him being human, and he comes to earth and he meets Donnie. So, again, I'm going to read this part again. Even though he has the ability to do a couple of things that mere mortals cannot, he finds out how to make choices. He helps his little friend Donnie with his life struggles, which include bullying and even the passing of his father due to cancer. You know, this guy, he's a superhero, but he's dealing with reality, our reality. Okay, these are things that our society and our generations, our new generations, are dealing with, and some of them are having to deal with them all on their own. Okay, second book, because there, as I said, there's a series of books. It's not just the first one and the second one put together that's been published. There's another book, and then Nuhman reads the Bible. Just like all of us, he's now human, and he has to go and learn about the things that he saw and didn't know the details about. Now he reads the Bible. He comes to understand everything he saw while he was a spirit in the moon. He learns why there was so much war and the reasons behind the fighting. He gets to understand the reasons behind some of the miraculous things he saw happen. He always felt that God was behind them. He just didn't know why they happened. Learning the details of one of the incidents, though, seemed to hurt Nuhman even more once he understood why it happened. The first time he saw it, it made his spirit hurt. Seeing Jesus be brutalized and then hung on a cross to die, he had no idea why this poor man underwent such torture. He wanted so badly to help him, but he was only a spirit in the moon, and all he could do was watch in anguish. Now, just like every other human, he reads the Bible and he gets all the details. Then he realizes just what God did for those who have committed sin. That he's human as well, and he has free will, like all other humans, and he could use that free will to commit sin. All this new knowledge put a whole new meaning to Nuhman's understanding of just how human he was. He was even more determined than ever to fight for mankind, bring them away from their sins, and stay sinless himself, and teach us about the one named Jesus. Now that he considers him his superhero. He's my superhero too. Nuhman is coming without affiliation, knowing politics or the desire to judge us. He's just a Jesus-loving Christian superhero that's coming to really fight the evil that is trying to consume our lives and our children's lives at younger and younger ages. We still need to we need to instill back into our children and adults the morals and standards that secular ways and social media are destroying. Nuhman doesn't like our youth being called the millennial generation. He wants today's children to understand that real reality is not or shouldn't be what they're seeing on television or the internet. They need to be told about God's reality, especially the little ones. They're his favorite. He knows that if he teaches them while they're young, there won't be so much fixing to do when they get older. Boy, there's some older ones that need fixing really bad. So no matter the age of the person reading this children's book, there's something to be learned by all. A mommy, a daddy, an older sibling might just get fixed a little bit without even realizing it. Nuhman's going to use wit and wisdom and a couple superpowers to show us all how to be better people, how to better love the earth and one another, which in turn shows God how much we love him for sending his son and saving us. He did that. Oh, we need to break the addiction and abuse cycles. He's going to help tackle some pretty hard issues that our kids and families are faced with these days. Really tough stuff like gangs and guns, substance abuse or addiction in a family or friend member, and even worse, being abused by that friend or family member. I wish I could make everybody see that behind the closed doors and under the beds are hiding these little innocent ones that they have nobody helping them. They have nobody they can turn to and tell these horrors to that are happening to them. Oh, we need to break the addiction and abuse cycles that have gone on in families for generations. Too many children are having to deal with these family issues on their own without anyone or anywhere to turn for help, because the very people who should be helping them are the ones creating the problems in the first place. And our broken systems, as they call them, continue to fail the whole family on a regular basis. And you know it's true. I've been through it. I know what I'm talking about. You really think that you are right. Well, you know you're right, and it's just that one person that judges you or makes an assumption, and the whole thing falls apart, or they build a brick wall that is impossible for you to get through. I got stories to tell. Jerry Springer episodes lived through, let me tell you. Anyway, Nuhman wants to let these know they're not alone, that there are other children and families in the same situations that find God and a way out. Maybe at least they'll have another way of looking at their situation, finding hope, but more important, finding a friend in Jesus and Nuhman, and knowing that they never have to be alone again. Besides Jesus, I think Nuhman is liable to be the absolute greatest superhero of all time. They both have great backup. So true. I have that backup too, and our children need that backup. They do. The ones that even have help might be getting it from the wrong person. You know, that they need something to self-analyze their situation and know what is right and what is wrong, and maybe something that's being done to them isn't right. So they need knowledge. We need to help them understand. So I want so badly for Nuhman to reach the lives of these babies and the grown-ups, the mommies, the daddies, the nanas, the pop-pops that try so hard to fight the systems that are broken and get through and save the kids. It's just another weapon, you know, God's giving to us. And I'm having a hard time getting it out there because the enemy doesn't like it, and there are so many people that are so close-minded, and they think I'm just trying to sell a few books. Well, yeah, that would be great, because with that, I'm going to buy more books, and I'm going to get more knowledge to these babies, and get those books out there, getting the knowledge out there, and creating programs that are going to help these poor babies that need help. And in turn, that helps moms and dads and nanas and pop-ups, and we all get help. We find out how to love each other a little better. So I hope you are interested in finding out about Nuhman, and that you will contact me, jknoepp8, JKNOEPP8 at hotmail.com. I will send you chapters of the story, and I will answer all your questions. Please give me some questions. I'll answer them. Nuhman's a pretty cool guy. And the thing, this is so cool. He's in the moon. Okay, the image is there. I outlined it a little bit because I've seen it forever and ever, but I outlined it and the image is really there. So I would love to send you my little video, or it probably still on my YouTube channel, I don't know. I would love to send you a way to help you see what I see. And we're gonna get a full moon once a month. And it is so cool to think that we don't need a holiday to have a celebration. We could have a Nuhman viewing night. And that's what I'm trying to put together. Every fundraiser needs a cause. We need a cause, you know, that has a fundraiser that needs a theme. So Nuhman can be the theme. superheroes, because we all are superheroes, just a little bit of us. And Nuhman, he's a big superhero. All right, I'm going to end, and thank you so very, very much for watching. If you're still watching, you're my superhero. Have a God bless day, and hug a child for me, please. Nana Jen's babies. They need all the love they can get. Bye.